going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Yesterday we got a brand new TV spot for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to officially announce that tickets go on sale this Wednesday, April 6th. If you missed my Easter egg breakdown of all the new footage, I'll make sure to link it at the end of this. Now, unfortunately, amongst all the brand new frames, were no major reveals for cameos of characters returning yet. While we've heard his voice, we still haven't seen Professor X, and of course, no shots yet at all of Tom Cruise appearing as the superior Iron Man variant, which, as I've brought up in multiple videos in the last 3 months, depending on which industry insider you talk to, with a credible track record, he may or may not be appearing in this film. That's where we find ourselves today within the last week. Two separate industry insider reports, one in the form of an article, another one publicly on her social media, coming out and confirming Tom Cruise for the MCU, and if not Multiverse of Madness, a separate and possible multiple upcoming projects. We're breaking down both reports that Tom Cruise is going to show up in the future of the MCU, something that Marvel hasn't officially announced yet, but obviously is very exciting in lieu of all the rumors of him showing up as an Iron Man variant and then Doctor Strange on Multiverse of Madness. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. I do daily Marvel content at this channel, and that's all I do. Everything from the official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report like we're covering today, and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you for our ongoing PS5 giveaway, which we're getting closer and closer to the next one. If you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So as someone who reports on this sort of stuff and has done so every single day at the channel for over 4 years, I am well aware there are rumors and plot leaks stemming back to last year involving Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness having an Iron Man variant, and then real recently that Iron Man variant being played by none other than Tom Cruise, who was originally considered for the role in the MCU all the way back in 2008. These are the newest industry insider reports that seem to have new details and a new twist on exactly what Tom Cruise is doing in the MCU, the first of which published last week under the headline "Exclusive: Tom Cruise officially joins Marvel Universe, upcoming project in the works." This from the industry insider editorial Giant Freaking Robot, who went on to report, quote, "Giant Freaking Robot has the exclusive from our trusted and proven source that Tom Cruise has joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe and will be in an upcoming project. While we aren't certain the exact project Tom Cruise will take part in within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it is sure looking like he's going to become something of a prominent figure in that franchise, at least in some respect. Giant Freaking Robot had the scoop months ago that he was in talks with Marvel for a major role, and that's where I'll go ahead and cut off because they simply fill you in on what I did just after the prologue. These rumors have been around for a while that he could be up for a role in the MCU, and specifically an Iron Man variant, because he was originally considered for that role all the way back in 2008. Now, separately, from a different industry insider source in the form of Grace Randolph, and publicly on her Twitter, she said this about Tom Cruise in an upcoming MCU project, quote, "He took a break mysteriously to go to Atlanta a few months ago. He might not be in Multiverse of Madness, but he's in something soon, I believe, #MCU. And what she was talking about was taking a break from the ongoing filming he's been doing on Mission Impossible. Now, while I haven't seen any myself, there have been rumored photos out there of him on set, but just in front of a green screen, and with as much stunt work as that man's done for himself, who knows where any of those shots could be from. I'm not going to show any of them or source any of them here at the channel. I know some of the very first ones that looked convincing actually turned out to be fake, and that's the problem with those shots, is they're so easily faked in Photoshop when they're all supposed to be so low res in the first place. Good luck on your own endeavor to find them across the web. But what I will say is that Giant Freaking Robot and Grace Randolph have nothing to do with each other. They are not related in any way. These are two separate industry insider sources who are both now pointing to Tom Cruise in this crucial moment before we get maybe the last Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer. And as I've said before, the setup for him to exist in the MCU is there, and then seeing those Ultron bots leading Doctor Strange up to the Illuminati chamber, which was formed in the first place from the comics by Doctor Strange, it's all lining up. And if you need any further discourse on that or any back knowledge, that's all good. I will make sure to link some of my videos at the end of this alongside yesterday's full Easter egg breakdown. What I think is most interesting about this is that where you would expect maybe this sort of thing to be a one-off cameo, if we see Doctor Strange, a supreme variant of Iron Man, and it's played by Tom Cruise, you would expect that to be insular to this film and this film alone. Both of these reports seem to implicate some other project, that it's not just Multiverse of Madness, and if it is, that he actually could go on to retain that role in future Marvel projects, which makes me scratch my head and think to myself, is this how they circumvent bringing Robert Downey Jr. back? They need and want an MCU Iron Man for the upcoming Secret Wars, the sort of major multiverse battle world crossover. It would be much better with one, especially in lieu of the fact that we're going to get a Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, setting up an Illuminati, bringing in a Reed Richards, and we don't have Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Could it be Tom Cruise's Iron Man again, in lieu of not having RDJs to interact, so that we can get that Iron Man Reed Richards, that sort of Tony Stark interaction that unfortunately we just won't have in the MCU because of how the heroes lined up and the ending of the Infinity Saga. I certainly don't want to put anything in stone here because I'm still leaving this in rumor territory until we see Multiverse of Madness and what the MCU decides to do going forward. There's no confirmation or announcement of a Secret Wars battle world, regardless of all the reports out there, stuff we've covered at the channel. That's definitely the focus of a separate video, but I definitely didn't see Marvel pulling this card and possibly setting up the blueprint, again, if this is true, to how you replace characters after they pass away. And if they're willing to do this with Iron Man and other characters of the sort, why not do this and bring back a different version of T'Challa? Only because there's so much T'Challa left in the MCU, especially with that Secret Wars battle world. As I was referring to the run with God King Doom, it would be T'Challa who would lead an army of the undead via the Infinity Gauntlet wielding to beat him in the first place. But hey, Marvel's doing their own thing with that. Guys, I am all ears and super curious how you guys take the news of Tom Cruise showing up in the MCU, possibly as an Iron Man variant, and then the fact that he might be sticking around to continue to play that Iron Man variant in future films. I knew that the multiverse wasn't going to get sewed up in one film, especially with what we've got left with Loki Season 2, King, Quantumania. There's a lot left for that story, and if they build up to Battle World, that is an entire multiverse story in and of itself. But the idea they'd keep Tom Cruise Iron Man around in the MCU because we don't have RDJ's Iron Man, I didn't see that coming. I thought it would be a one-off for sure. Possibly not, guys. Still, let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's jump into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, so we're still giving away PlayStations here at the channel, but we're making it a much more regular thing as we push up to 1 million subscribers. Every 20,000 instead of every 100. We're about a quarter of the way to the next one. Should take about a month or two to get there, or depending on what happens with Moon Knight and the Doctor Strange hype, might be faster than that. So if you want to be entered to win or for any other giveaways, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Congrats to Daniel Clay, who just won the last PlayStation 5 and actually received it yesterday. Again, man, if you want to take a social media pic and tag me in it, I will definitely repost because, again, it's truly random, guys. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires. And while I'd sincerely appreciate you checking my channel out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.